Oakwood High, basement vibe. No phones in the pocket, nowhere to hide. 10 boxes of pizza crust feeling dry, but we're diving deep, let me tell you why. It's the lock-in, yeah, we're trapped in the dark, trying to find a flame from a tiny spark. First up is Leo, standing on a chair, adjusting his glasses with a scholarly flair. He says love is the hype, man, it's the ultimate fuel. It's the only reason that we try in this school. You won't be a loser, you won't be a clown. If you're winning for your crush, you're taking the crown. It's the glow, it's the courage, it's the ego's defense. Loving someone else makes you feel like a prince.
Paulie steps in with his vintage suit. Says Leo, your logic is cute but moot. There's a trash go for the surface, just a physical trend, but a golden glow for the soul, that's a real friend. Then Eric checks the pulse, Mr. Science in the room says love is just a rhythm, gotta sweep out the gloom. It's harmony, it's balance, it's a biological beat. Keep the system in check so the vibe stays sweet.
We're at the banquet in the basement, looking for a sign, trying to find the light while we're standing in a line. Is it a myth, is it a ladder, is it biology? We're just kids trying to build a new philosophy.
Yeah, we're low-key desperate.
Low-key desperate,
Yeah.
low-key desperate.
Then Ari starts laughing, spilling soda on his shoes.
You guys are all missing the front page news.
Back in the day, we were double-stacked units, 4 arms, 4 legs, we were cosmic students. But Zeus got scared, so he sliced us in two. Now I'm a lonely sock, just looking for you. We're half beings glitching, wandering the street, just trying to find a piece that makes us complete.
The room went quiet, yeah, the truth felt heavy, but Sam spoke up, keeping everything steady.
Ari, you're a legend, but listen to the view. I met a mentor named Diotima, she's got a clue. Love isn't a person, it's a ladder you climb, starting at the bottom, one step at a time. First you like a face, then you like the mind, then you leave the physical beauty behind.
Climb it,
Climb it, climb it, climb it,
climb it,
climb it, climb it.
now you're feeling whole.
It's not about a half making you feel right, it's about the truth becoming your life.
Bam, door kicks open, here comes the star. Alex got the fries, he's smuggled from afar. Lopsided crown and a loudmouth grin. The philosopher's party, let the real talk begin. Sam, you're a weirdo, you're ugly cute for real, but you're the only one who knows how I actually feel. Inside you're gold, man, inside you're the goat, the jock and the nerd in the same tiny boat.
The sun's coming up through the window pane, philosophical thoughts flowing through the brain. No TikTok needed, no IG, no Snap, just a basement banquet, and that's a wrap.
The statement piece is the heart, the neutral base is the mind, and that equals a perfect love.
Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
The Great Basement Banquet, or Why We're All Low-Key Desperate. It was 2 a.m. in the Oakwood High basement, the designated bunker for the annual leadership lock-in. The air smelled of floor wax and the lukewarm cardboard of 10 pepperoni pizzas. Their phones had been confiscated by Mr. Henderson 6 hours ago, leaving the group in a state of existential twitchiness. Leo, the debate captain, stood up and dusted flour from his slacks. "Listen," he declared, his voice echoing off the cinder-block walls. "If we're going to be trapped in this subterranean purgatory, let's talk about something that actually matters. Let's talk about why we're all so low-key, desperate for connection." Leo paced the small patch of linoleum. "I call it the glow," he said, eyes wide with the intensity of a shonen protagonist. "It's that spark that hits you when you see someone who makes the rest of the world look like it's in low definition. It's not just a crush, it's motivation. It's the energy that makes us want to win, to be better, to be seen. Without that desire, we're just NPCs in our own lives." Paulie adjusted the lapels of his thrifted 1950s wool suit, looking entirely too sophisticated for a school basement. "You're talking about drive, Leo, but you're missing the nuance," Paulie countered, his voice smooth. "There are 2 types of desire. There's the trash glow, that shallow, temporary craving for popularity or a hollow situationship. And then there's the golden glow, That's the attraction to someone's character, their virtue. One leaves you hungrier. The other actually fills the void. Eric, who had spent most of the night sketching chemical bonds in his notebook, sighed loudly. "You guys are so dramatic," he muttered. "Love isn't glowy, it's biological homeostasis. We are essentially walking bags of hormonal soup. Our brains release oxytocin and dopamine to ensure species survival. It's a balance, a way to keep our systems from crashing under the stress of existing. It's science, not a poem." Ari, the class clown, threw a crust at him. "Science is boring, Eric," Ari shouted, jumping to his feet. "I like the old story better. Legend says humans used to have 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 faces. We were so powerful we scared the gods, so Zeus sliced us all in half with a lightning bolt. Now, we spend our whole lives wandering around Oakwood High, or the mall, or wherever, just trying to find the other half of our soul so we can finally feel whole again. That's why the desperation is real. We're literally missing pieces." The room went quiet for a moment as Ari's words settled. Even the hum of the vending machine seemed to soften. Ari sat back down, his usual grin fading into something more contemplative. Sam, who had been sitting in the corner with a worn copy of a thick book, looked up. Sam's silence usually meant they were processing the world on a level the others couldn't quite reach. "Ari's close," Sam said softly. "But it's not just about finding a person." Sam stood and walked toward the small, high window that showed a sliver of the night sky. "Think of it like a ladder," Sam explained. "We start at the bottom, attracted to a pretty face or a cool outfit. But if we're honest, we move up. We start to love the way a person thinks, then the way they act. Eventually, we realize that what we're actually looking for isn't just one person. It's the idea of beauty itself. We're searching for truth, and love is just the ladder we use to climb toward it." "The problem is," Sam continued, turning back to the group, "most people get stuck on the first rung of the ladder. They think the glow is the person, but the person is just the light bulb, the electricity. The truth is what actually matters. When you realize that, the low-key desperation turns into a high-key search for something real." The group sat in stunned silence, the pizza boxes now forgotten. Suddenly, the heavy basement door swung open with a bang. Alex, the star quarterback, stumbled in, looking disheveled. His jersey was untucked, and he was breathing hard, as if he'd been wandering the labyrinthine hallways for hours. "There you guys are," Alex panted, leaning against the doorframe. Leo stood up, surprised. "Alex? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in the gym with the athletes." Alex ignored Leo and walked straight toward Sam. He sat down on the floor, exhausted. "I heard you talking through the vents," Alex admitted, looking at Sam with the vulnerability no one had ever seen on the football field. "Everyone else is upstairs lying about how great their lives are. But Sam, what you said about the ladder and the truth, that's the only honest thing I've heard all year. I'd rather be stuck in this basement with your truth than upstairs with their trash glow." Sam smiled, and for the first time that night, the basement felt less like a bunker and more like a banquet.
Mr. Right, he may not be the most handsome. At first, you may say, you may turn up your nose at him because you're looking for Mr. Right to be. Yeah. You're looking for Mr. Right to be so tall, so broad and strong. Mr. Right may come looking like Mr. Wrong. And at first you reject him, but after a while you begin to converse. And you see he got knowledge, and he attracts you. Then you see he's productive, he's doing something. When you ask him, what are you doing? And he tells you, you say, I could help this pain. And you know what? You'll even pick up a book and learn something about what he's into, so you can help him do it better. And when you start falling in love with him, then your voice changes. Yeah. You don't say, "Get on in here." Voice gets real soft and sweet and mellow. Hello, baby, how are
The 4-week lesson plan. It modernizes the characters of the Symposium into a group of teens stuck in a high school basement during a lock-in event. The Great Basement Banquet, or Why We're All Low-Key Desperate. The vibe in the Oakwood High basement was mid, at best. It was the annual leadership lock-in, and someone had decided to order 10 boxes of lukewarm pepperoni pizza and ban all phones for unplugged connection time. Leo, our Phaedrus, stood up on a plastic chair. He was the captain of the debate team and took himself way too seriously. Listen, since we're trapped here without TikTok, let's talk about something real. Let's talk about the glow. The what? Asked Marcus, who was currently trying to see how many gummy bears he could fit in his mouth. The glow. Love. That feeling that makes you want to actually try hard at life, Leo said, waving a slice of pizza. Like, why do people do heroic stuff? Because they want to look good for their crush. Love is the ultimate hype man. It makes you a better version of yourself so you don't look like a total loser in front of the person you like. Pausanias, rolled his eyes. Paulie was a junior who wore vintage suits to school for no reason. Leo, you're being basic. There are two types of glow. There's the trash glow, where you just like someone because they're hot and they have a nice car. That's temporary. Then there's the golden glow, where you actually like their brain and their soul. The trash glow is for middle schoolers. The golden glow is for intellectuals. It's all just biology, guys, interrupted Eric Eryximachus, the resident science nerd who is currently organizing the recycling bin. Everything needs balance. Love is just like medicine. Too much of one thing, and the system crashes. Relationships are just about finding a rhythm that doesn't make you sick. Suddenly, Aristophanes, started laughing so hard he almost choked on his soda. Ari was the class clown, known for making weirdly deep memes. You guys are all wrong, Ari said, leaning back. Okay, look. Legend says that back in the day, humans were actually like double people. We had 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 heads. We were absolute units. We were so powerful we tried to fight the admins. I mean, the gods. So Zeus got salty and sliced us all in half with a lightning bolt. Now we're all just wandering around like lost socks, trying to find our other half so we can finally feel like we aren't glitching. The room went quiet for a second. That hit a little too close to home. Everyone felt a little sliced in half sometimes. Then there was Sam, Socrates. Sam was quiet, usually found in the back of the library. Ari, that's a cool story, Sam said softly. But if you find your other half, and they're just as lost as you, does that really fix the glitch? I talked to this mentor, Mrs. D, Diotima, and she told me something different. She said the glow isn't a person you find. It's a ladder you climb. A ladder? Marcus asked, finally swallowing the gummy bears. Yeah, Sam said. First, you think someone is cute. That's step 1. Then you realize lots of people are cute, so you start looking at their personalities. Then you realize that kindness and smart ideas are even more beautiful than faces. Eventually, you realize that the most beautiful thing in the world isn't even a person. It's the truth. It's making the world better. You don't need a half to be whole, Ari. You just need to keep moving up the ladder until you see the big picture. Just then, the basement door kicked open. Alex, Alcibiades, the star quarterback, stumbled in, wearing a lopsided crown from the prom closet and carrying a bag of fast food fries he'd managed to smuggle in. Is this the nerd party? Alex shouted, leaning against the wall and grinning. Sam, you're the only person in this school who actually tells me the truth, even when I'm being a jerk. You're like those ugly-looking stress toys that have a diamond hidden inside if you squeeze them hard enough. Alex sat down next to Sam, his loud energy crashing into the deep conversation. The group realized that even though they were all different, the jock, the nerd, the clown, the debater, they were all just trying to figure out the same thing: how to be human and how to find something worth loving. As the sun started to peek through the high basement windows, they didn't have their phones back yet, but for the first time, nobody was checking their pockets. Discussion. Questions for the story. 1. Week 1. Which speech did you agree with more? Leo's idea that love makes us try hard, or Paulie's idea that there's a trash versus golden version of liking someone? 2. Week 2. Does Ari's split-person myth explain why people feel lonely, or is it just a weird story? How does it compare to Eric's balance theory? 3. Week 3. Sam, Socrates, says love is a ladder. Have you ever liked someone for their looks first, but then grew to like their brain more? Is it possible to love an idea or a goal more than a person? 4. Week 4. Why did the author end the story with Alex, Alcibiades, crashing the party? How does his real-world energy change the vibe of the philosophical talk?